No. You've done this so many times. Sit! Why did you get the part of the opening sequence of the Flash movie? Because I'm Batman! You feel better now?
Yeah, I do. Alfred, give me some cocoa.
Hello all you guys, girls, and collectors out there. Just Plain Ken here, giving you another action figure toy review. This time we're going to take a look at Ben Affleck's Batman in the Flash series from Mcfarlane Toys DC Multiverse. But before we get to the figure, let's go ahead and get into the packaging, shall we? Okay, so this is a pretty big boy right here. Let's look up here. This is the packaging for the figure here, and it's just your standard DC Multiverse packaging. Inside is the collector's car and the stand, which I don't give a care about. On the side of the box you have Batman the Flash. I really wish that they could have just said like Justice League Batman or something along the lines to reference that it's the Ben Affleck Batman, because I know they're not going to say Ben Affleck Batman, but it would have been nice. On the back of the package you have here this, let me go ahead and move this up a little bit, this image of this artist render of Batman, which looks all right, nothing to be go home about. This was caused by some tape that was put on the packaging, to prevent somebody from opening it and taking up the figure. It is the same picture that's on the card, so that's going to be it for the packaging. Goodbye. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the figure. All right, so here is supposed to be Ben Affleck's Batman. Let me get up a little bit closer there. Get a little bit closer. There we go. And I can tell you what, it doesn't look like Ben Affleck. Not from the mouth at all. It doesn't look like, and this is not his head either. It's not his shape of his head. But I'll tell you this much. I like the look of the Batman. It's not Ben Affleck, and that's a negative side to it. But I do like this kind of look of Batman. Now, as for the suit itself, it is not movie accurate. The design is movie accurate, but the colors are not. In the movie, it's kind of like a little bit the cowl and parts of the arms and the chest are blue, and the rest of it is kind of a very like dark gray. So this is like shades of gray and black. So, and it's okay. I mean, I get that if McFarlane maybe had gotten some artist renders like very, very early, and then he just went with it, and then in production somebody said, oh, maybe you should make him blue and gray, and then, oh, that's brilliant, let's do that, and then they decided to do that. I don't know, who knows, but I'm sure that Todd McFarlane wouldn't mind to make a gold label version that is kind of more screen accurate. But other than that, I like the design. I know some people don't like the design of the suit in the movie, but on the figure it looks pretty good. And also we have soft cape. Yes, I love it a lot. All right. I would have liked it to be bigger, because I would have loved it to be as big as, like the Black Series Darth Vader cape. But you know what? For what it is, it's fine. It's not really a cheap material, but you can kind of see that it is a little bit see-through, so it's not very thick either. But this is for figures, so. Anyway, taking a look at the figure, again, a lot of detail work in the figure here. You can see the different grains here and the lines and the buckles and straps here. The belt and the midsection is actually one rubbery piece, and then of course you have the infamous McFarlane Toys diaper here. So, and that's rubber too, so hopefully they will last. But here's something that's different from the Superman figure that I had did a shotgun review of earlier. There is a thigh swivel to it, so yes for thigh swivel. Unfortunately, though, it is very stiff on my figure. It could be different from figure to figure, but mine is stiff. But the fact that it's there, it makes me happy. It makes me think that Mcfarlane can change his designs of his figures. So anyway, and I like the overall look of the cowl. The cowl looks really good, and you know the face that they got, even though it's not Ben Affleck, it looks pretty good. I would have liked this part to be a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit over the shoulder, or maybe just cut it right here where the collarbone is, and then probably a little bit more cape to go over that, and maybe have it attached here. That would have been really cool, but again, that's just me. I think, I mean, actually, honestly, I think, I know a lot of figures have their capes like under this part here, but the problem is that they don't give it any neck articulation, so that means that he can't really bend his head down. But speaking of which, let's go ahead and let's go into articulation, shall we? So right off the bat. His head can move left, it can move right, and it can just a little bit barely move up, and he can look scowling down a little bit, little tiny bit there. Can readjust it. There you go. So it is on a ball joint, but I would have liked the neck to be able to articulate as well, so you can do a more bend and a more up part. That would have been really good. Arms, standard Mcfarlane Toys. It is on this thing here. I don't know what to call this. A ring, shoulder ring or something like that. Shoulder ring maybe. So you can move his hand up that high. Don't try to push it any further. It'll pop out of the joint. It can move down that far. It can do a 360 if you want. You have double pinned elbows, so let's see if I can get them up there. There you go. Maximum Okay, never mind. I'm not going to do that joke. Never mind. That's a lot of flexing. Oh my gosh, it's so stiff. These figures are sometimes so stiff. Up to the chest, midsection articulation here can only move barely left and right, can barely go down, and actually a lot of upper bend. So there you go. Do you bleed? Actually, that's pretty good. Actually, I like that. Anyway, hip, yeah, a little bit of movement in the hip. All right, let's go. Again, I already talked about the thigh articulation. The leg can only go up this high because of the hip, the hip design. So that's unfortunately, and of course then it has this, it bends, and then there's this flap in there. Again, I think Mcfarlane really should change this. He should cut it into the midsection and expose the thighs so that they have maximum articulation, or at least give the collectors the option to be able to maybe take this part off and then expose a different part, so that if you want to do just for display purposes, you know, just standing like this, he could be like this. You could have the diaper on, and then if you wanted to do articulation with toy photography and stuff, you could actually take it off. That would be really good. Anyway, so back to the legs. Again, double knee articulation, so you could do that. Really good. The knees are actually, this one's knees are actually pretty good, actually. Let's see, what else? Again, swivel at the wrist here, and he has his little, you know, bend, so you can bend it back and you can bend it forwards like that. And you can see the little tiny pin right there that holds it in, so be careful of that. Let's see, on the ankles, there is a toe tilt on this. That's really good. I love toe tilts. His ankles can bend that far. They can go up actually pretty far. Actually, because of this part is rubber, this piece is a little bit rubbery, it actually goes pretty far. So I like that. Unfortunately though, he does swivel, but there is no ankle tiltage on this. There's none, and I don't know why. That's weird to me. So all in all, again, fair Mcfarlane articulation. I think this part is the biggest troublesome. This is the biggest thing that he has to work with. So hopefully he can address that and fix it. And the only thing left to talk about is that he does come with his only pair of accessories, which is grab hands. This is it. Just the grab hands. 2 grab hands, that's it. And the reason that he only comes with grab hands is to grab the bat cycle from the Flash movie that he drove in the beginning. Because if anybody remembers, one of the biggest complaints with the Batman cycle from 2022 is that the hands came with the bat cycle, not the figure. So he changed that. Now they come with the figure, but these are only for the bat cycle because he has no other articulation. No batarangs, no grapple gun, no nothing. So I think that's lame. That's lame, Todd. That's very lame. But all in all, with that being said, I do like this Batman. There is some goodness to this Batman. You can get him into actually some pretty good poses. Again, the soft goods cape means that balancing him is not going to be so difficult. Unfortunately, no ankle tiltage, no broken ankle syndrome means that trying to get him to stay level for even wide stances or some wide posing, it's going to be rather difficult. So I think that's going to be it. So if you got this figure, tell me what you think. If you want this figure, tell me why you want it or why you don't want it. Leave comments down below. Like, subscribe, do all that jazz. This is Just Plain Ken saying to all you guys, girls, and collectors out there, find it, grab it, play with it. See you next time. Bye-bye.
No, I can't believe they did that.
Hey, Bruce, congratulations on the Flash movie. So how was it?
I don't want to talk about it.
What'd I say? Bruce? Bruce?